Welcome back. Now, our entrepreneur this week is actually leveraging on the talent he has to build his business enterprise. And he's sharing his story with us on how he has been able to reach out to some of the biggest players in this market.
My name is Dr. Chitaka Eric. I'm a doctor of professional development and a researcher also in cultural heritage. In this school, I'm the quality assurance, and I make sure that we build professionals and people with hands-on training with knowledge inclusive. I make sure the people we train with knowledge also have the capacity to do things. Remember, we assess also competence and the performance making us unique. So before a person is given time to go to the field or graduated or sent off for work, he must be a professional. He must do hands-on. And we have one of our tutors and one of our mentors, and one of he's called Ichuka Alan. Ichuka Alan, I'm his manager because I am the head of professional development. I make sure that I train him to be a professional with ethics and hands-on. He is an artist who brings buildings on craft as he's going to show us. And this one comes with a background of stories. For example, if it's in cultural heritage, what was the setup in our cultural heritage, maybe in our homesteads in Africa or in Uganda in particular, and what was the environment we are living in. Then we go into modernizing. Maybe now what are the modern structures we are having that is coming up. Then also we go into the interior of the houses. We look at designing, maybe the chandelier lights, we have our flower vessels, we have also other different unique things as he's going to be showing you.
My name is Chuka Alan. I'm a practicing researcher. I graduated level 6 at East African Polytechnic College, Chambugo. I came about this idea when I was in primary. I studied at Chambugo Primary here, and I came about this researching project. It came like a dream. So I had a dream of making colored material craft work. I said, if I make craft material work plan, it's not come out as African unique listed. So I came up with an idea of making craft work. Craft work, I use my material like banana fibers, papyrus, and other, like I'm going to show you in my teaching room. I'm a tutor as well as a student. I'm still advancing because I want to become a professor. So I came about this idea of making craft buildings. I can design your school, put it in the glass, and make it as unique as it is in craft. And this craft work, it is unique. It is in the African models. I normally say like this: be what you want and think about the future. So for now, I can model any building across of the world, or you can send your pic. For example, you can send me Mapela as a building in a pic, and I come with a model. So far, my clients, I model Silver Springs Hotel Golowi, and I'm going to show it. So far here, I'm about to model this school, but as time comes by, I'm waiting for the architectural plan.
In our research of cultural heritage, we came up with this structure to show our indigenous home setting, how it was. And we don't want our children of the digital world or this new generation to forget their roots. This was the traditional setup of their grandparents. This was even before colonialism. Even up to now in some areas, they still have this same setup.
This is a finished, unique design model. This house came from my brain idea, and I came about with this. This is a roofing tiles. As you see, it is a roofing tile. This is a papyrus, and also this design is a papyrus. This is a banana leaf, and also these are papyrus. If you look at this model, these coatings here, I use dust wood. Dust wood, this is the dust wood that I was talking about. I get some simple dust wood and I press them here with a glue. Then this is a pass column. I get a dust wood and I press them with glue here mixed, and I varnish them with this color to come about this green grass. This is a walkway, this is a shade, this is an entrance, this is a walkway, this is a shade as you go around. These are poles. These poles, they are small sticks inside to make them so hard. I have achieved a lot of good things in my art I do. I have a plot of land, and it is in Seta, and I'm thinking to construct a big, unique craft design house. I didn't go to study this in an institute. No, I came here to upgrade. I have the talent in me, but I came here to upgrade. And so far, I'm looking forward to make my school as well as under East African Polytechnic College, but under my directorate, ELAPA, now I'm having a name for my school. It's called Alliance Craft. If you log into your Facebook account, you go to Alliance Craft or Alliance House Model Designers. So you'll see whatever craft work I've so far done. One of the challenges I normally face, I lack a big room for massive production and training center. I face a challenge of transportation. Sometimes a client orders a model that is placed in a glass. So transporting a model in a glass, sometimes you can reach when the glass is broken. Even if I face these challenges, I am ready and I'm determined to deliver what a client wants.
Now, consistent with the commitment of sharing with you tips on how to make money, keep it and grow it, we again share with you some key values today on how you can actually make it.
In terms of business, one, you must have your objectives and mission. When you set those very clearly, you will be able to employ people who suit your mission, your vision, and then you make strategies to achieve your objectives. You can start small. It doesn't mean that business is only started with lots of money. Business is started with the business idea. So push your idea and see how to play about with the requirements, the resources required. You can look for partnerships as well. And also, it's important to keep quality. Ensure that you have quality, a standard of your own, which people know you for.
Well, as the world shifts online, we've seen an upsurge in fraud-related cases that are targeting online transactions. Of course, the biggest victims here have been the financial institutions and their clients. Today, we speak to an expert in this space to find out how you can avoid that. First of all, how deep the problem goes and what is being done to deal with this challenge.
As we shift, we have seen a huge increase and uptake of virtual working, and many organizations now are embracing digital technologies. So if we are going to be protected, in technology we look at what we say 2 P's and the T. The first one is the people, the second one is the processes, and the third one is the technology. The biggest challenge which happens is that many banks or telecoms or other institutions like government end up spending a fortune in bringing technology when they have not yet put the right framework of the people in place. So it doesn't matter how much resources you have. If the people you have don't know how to use them, they still will never be enough. We have investigated so many cases in Uganda and even in the region, and also published Project Frontline, and we realized that basic housekeeping issues of IT governance, change management, attention to detail are the ones which cause us exposed. And these have been from time immemorial, and we see they are going to increase unless organizations prioritizes people and invests the same amount of money they invest in technology and maybe third-party services. First look at the people and give them a better awareness and exposure in the technologies you are bringing. One of the most common way of attacking systems is one, exploiting human behaviors. And maybe I can become your friend, and then you get me close. And that's why we call them attack vectors. So social engineering is one of the #1 attack vectors. But the second attack vector is what we say, for example, being nearby within the vicinity and trying to sniff your traffic and seeing whether you are ready or not ready. So we see that, for example, poor configurations of systems is another way by which fraudsters enter into systems. But for that particular case, we think what happened was what we call advanced persistent threats, where somebody takes time to identify a target. Because maybe there is a lot of money which is involved, so I take time to identify the target. So I can identify the target by talking with the people around the organization, coming and trying to be maybe, to try to be myself close. And after that, then I begin collecting information about the organization, and if I get any chance of scanning your network and finding something which is maybe vulnerable, I can put a code or a script into your network, and that script will be collecting me information most of the time. So we think that something like that, which can be in your network, because maybe they have seen you cannot issue alerts, but sometimes threats like this or scripts which will collect information can go on your network on a server which is traditionally supposed to give alerts. So meaning that once you put it there, then the alerts cannot go through. And because of its nature, it will be like, I would say, it continuously remains within the network, collecting all the information about every business transaction, looking at the kind of traffic which comes in and where it goes. And then after some time, meaning that you take a lot of time studying the problem, and after some time, maybe somebody can try to now use that information to commit fraud. If one, you have what we call poor cyber hygiene, you don't conduct ongoing, for example, penetration testing. It should be at least annually. And when you do it, you don't implement the controls. That means you're going to be exposed.
Well, that's all we had for you in this week's edition of Man and Markets. Thank you for being part of the show. Now, for any questions, comments, or suggestions, drop us a line on the address on your screen. We want this conversation going. Visit our online channels on YouTube and social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter. Let's keep the conversation going. I've been your host, Charles Boji. Now, from me and team, I'd like to wish you a very good evening and God bless.